Welcome, 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 everyone. I think we might be doing it. I'm going to refresh and just make sure. Yes, we are. We are here, everyone. Yay! Welcome to Friday Night Scrapbooking with Lauren and Carrie, special
Hey,
guest.
hey.
Okay. Um, so as you're coming on, love for you to say hi. And it's kind of strange. I don't see. Oh, there's Mary. Okay. Did you get your little ding notification? Yay. Okay. Hi, everybody. All right. Well, you guys, you know what's really fun? I have, again, unannounced, a special guest. Carrie is going to join me because today we are talking all about titles. And I'm really excited about this little live. Last time I was reminded, Leslie reminded me that I owed you guys a Friday Night Live that was just all about titles. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to have some fun talking about titles. But to me, talking about titles is all about it's about design, but it's also about organization. So I'm going to kind of share a few things that I think might help you when you want to put titles on your scrapbook pages. And that's why at the last minute, I'm so appreciative. Carrie's like, she's just, yeah, sure. I'll help you, Lauren. I, let's grab Carrie and see if we can talk through Cricut this time, how to cut a Cricut title. So we're going to weave that in tonight also. So it's going to be fun. All kinds of good stuff coming your way. So, what I wanted to do is just kind of start out for a second by sharing a little news. And okay, people are popping on and saying hello. Pam's here. Okay, good. The title, you love the idea of titles. Good. We've got some good stuff. Debbie's here. And let's see, who else have we got? Kelly and Karen and Carrie is just saying hi to everybody. How about that? Okay, so love that you're joining. Thank you for saying hi. And let me just share something with you that I want everybody to know about. So here's the thing, guys. I really do love letting you know all about everything that there is to know. So if you follow me not here on YouTube, but also on Facebook, I usually do a lot of Facebook posts of, hey, guess what? There's a new promo. And hey, guess what? There's another new promo. Well, guess what? There's another promo that's coming on Monday. And if you have kind of followed me on uh, Facebook, you'll know that I like to do Preview Fridays. And when we get to know new stuff, you guys get to know new stuff too. So I thought it'd be also fun to share tonight because I'm a punch girl. And if you're a punch girl, this promo is for you because starting Monday, you can choose one or you can choose two new punches. And they're pretty. Aren't they pretty, Carrie? I think they're really, really pretty. Love them. So,
Oh, yeah. I know what I'm shopping. Well, I need to spend $250 on Monday so I can get both of these punches because I
right.
absolutely love them.
I do too. And boy, there was a video that showed how some examples and okay, super, super beautiful. In fact, it showed how to use these in a circle. So I thought after I get mine in, maybe what I'll do is like a fun little impromptu live and show you how beautiful both the mountains and the wheat look as circles. They are so pretty. So they're called Alpine Mountains and it's called Wheatfield. Yeah, they did it to us again, right? Oh my goodness. So if you want one, you can spend $150, and if you want both, you can spend $250. So you know what, you guys, here's what I say. If you love these and you're a punch girl like I am, well then it's a good time to get your never outs, right? Your never outs, your adhesive, your refill pages, maybe another black pen, maybe a mat for your trimmer, maybe that border maker cartridge you've always been wanting. Let's see what else. A blade, a new blade for your trimmer. Those are always great things to have on hand. Did I say black pen already? I love always having a brand new, fresh black pen. And then, of course, adhesive, 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 peekaboo pockets. So those are all things that I know I can go to whenever I see a promo that I just can't live without. That's what usually goes on my list. And if there's anything else that's new that I haven't got in my basket yet, that usually goes in there too. So just some ideas for you. And hopefully that would be fun. And like I said, these punches, super beautiful. And I think there's going to be a lot of different ideas coming out with these two punches. So just wanted to share that with you when we got started today. And I'm going to also kind of pop over to my desktop now, and was wondering if anyone was able to get the little pop-up promotion. Talk about pop-up promotions, right? This was the little pop-up promotion that came over Virtual Crop Weekend, and it was the wavy mini journal template. So again, this was kind of a last minute thing, but I hope if you were watching, I shared this little promo. So I think it was $30 you had to spend, and you could get the little wavy mini journal template and the gray dot tip pen. And there was the print promotion too. That just ended, and the 8x8 promotion just ended too. Well, that wasn't a promotion, but that was a limited run on the 8x8. So, I think what I want to say here is just make sure that you're in the know. And whether it's hopping on over to my Facebook page, or if it's, just trying to find someone who can give you that information. I know not everybody shops with me, but find out the info, because nobody likes to miss something, right? So grab yours when you can. That's why I needed to let you know about the punches, because it's good stuff when we get a promotion. All right. Well, welcome everyone else. Okay. Awesome. Angie's here. Julie's here from Oz. Okay. And Pam, you got the promotion. Angela, you got the pop-up. Yes. Okay. Order adhesive. You might need to order more on Monday, right? For those awesome punches. Okay. I am such a punch girl. It's just, I'm a sucker for them. All right, you guys. So here's the thing. We're going to talk about titles today. But before I do that, I kind of want to share one other thing, which is we are in the midst of Album in a Day. And if you haven't heard about Album in a Day, I sure hope you can pop on over to my website, craftssomejoy.com, and you can find out more about Album in a Day. But I've been talking about it a lot. It has been such a comprehensive look at how to get organized for creating an album, right? Because my POP system, the Progress on Projects, gives you that overview organizing for all your different projects. My Album in a Day, not only is it a challenge because I am challenging you, I also want it to be a resource that you can go back and go, now, what was the first thing I was supposed to do? What was the second thing I was supposed to do? So the first thing, we talk about choosing the project. The second, getting your pictures organized and your memorabilia organized. The third thing is talking about journaling and storytelling. And guess what? Titles. That's why I'm giving you a sneak peek of one of the exclusive handouts that I gave my album in a day folks. I'm just going to let you see one because all the handouts are also included in the workshop. So you get all of the exclusive handouts for your pop planner and all of the lessons and a private Facebook group and an NSD kickoff. And so why am I doing all of this? Because it's a goal of mine to show you that doing an album in a day is doable. But you have to do the prep, right? You have to do all those steps. And the fourth step before we get to actually organizing our album. So third step was journaling and titles. Fourth step is choosing a palette. And so we talked a lot about color and how do you get comfortable with color and choosing what to use in your project. And then our next lesson, we're doing the next and final fifth lesson live tomorrow. And Carrie has been helping me moderate these lessons, which has been awesome because I'll teach and she'll gather questions and then we'll answer questions and then I'll teach and then we answer more questions. So it kind of has a really nice flow to it. And it's also a way that you can ask your questions and get those answered right in the live. So last session, we are going to organize. We're going to organize our album and we're going to do that by learning how to do a power layout. And so if you've never done a power layout, oh my goodness, you're going to get your socks knocked off because this is a wonderful technique on organizing your album. So once you've selected your photos, thought about your journaling and your titles and picked your palette, well, then now what you'd have to do is build your album. So I'm going to show you a little twist on the power layouts. And this was originally created by Pam Wynn way back because she did a handout which talked about not just using the power layout boards, but also using your pages along with your boards to do your layout. That way you never get confused about which side of the page you put your pictures and so forth on. And it gives you a chance, when you see it, you'll understand. It just gives you a good chance, a way to organize. So you're going to need a set of layout boards or cardboard and a set of refill pages. Okay, so make sure you have a stack of these, and then I'm gonna show you how to do the whole layout. So I'm excited. That's what we're doing on Saturday. And then by the time you're done, you'll have a whole stack here ready for when? May 1st. Yes, May 1st, because on May 1st, my stack is going to be ready. And I'm going to show you the next thing I have up my sleeve, which is, I think I haven't even coined the term yet. I was thinking today, what should I call it? What should I call it? I think I might call it something like power cuts or, I don't know, something fun, but I'm going to show you like 5 ways of cutting paper that are going to help you get your album done fast. And not only 5 ways to cut your paper, but also 5 ways to use those on a layout differently, right? So these 5 same cutting guides is what I'll call them, that you can rearrange and use differently on your pages. And when you see it in action, you're going to understand. That is on May 1st, starting at noon Central. And that is going to be here on YouTube. That's going to be right here. It's going to be live and we're going to go till it's done. Till my album's done, we're going to go. So starting at noon, we're going to go and then you'll see me scrap and you'll see me use this process. And I think when you see it in action, you'll really, really understand how all the different pieces fit together and how you can actually do an album in a day for some of us. Okay. I know, not everyone, but for some of us. Okay. So that is my album in a day in a nutshell. And it all culminates right here on YouTube on May 1st for my National Scrapbooking Day event, which is creating an album right in front of your eyes. So that is what's happening coming up May 1st. So I hope you can join me. It's free for anybody who wants to join me. And the album in a day challenge that you can find on my website, that is a class that you pay for. And then once you join the class, you go into the classroom and you'll see all the videos, and you'll also see all the downloads to all the handouts, and you'll see where to join my private Facebook group. Phew. Did I miss anything, Carrie? Or is that good? I think I got everything. Okay.
I think you got it, everything too.
Carrie knows album in a day inside and out now. All right. So here's what I want to do today. I want to talk about titles, like I said, and I want to talk about organization. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to bring back something that I shared on my channel a while back. And that is the templates. Do you guys remember this? I know, Mary, I know you've talked about that you made all your templates and that you love them and you use them. But do you guys remember I did a video? And if some of you are lucky, actually, let me show you this. If some of you are lucky, you might have gotten a hold of these. They sold out like boom, like that. If you are an advisor, we were supposed to be able to get these and purchase them and give them away for National Scrapbook Day as like a little thank you gift, right? And then they sold out like that. And then hopefully they're coming back. I think I got 2 packs myself. That was it. So the funny thing is, so I did my video a while back on how to make these little templates, and it's on my channel under the Let's Get Crafty. Look for the purple circle. And you can see I go with you. I cut them all so you can just follow along how to cut all of these little plastic guides. I have a link on where you can buy these on Amazon. They're really inexpensive. And then I just use my label maker. So then after I showed you this video, Creative Memories said they must have been thinking the same thing, like we needed these. They created this cute little pack of templates. But here's the thing, they only give you like 1 2x2, 1 3x3, and 1 4x3, and 1 4x4. So I still say, go get your plastic, right? And cut your templates, because I'll show you even another trick that you can do with templates for titles. We're going to kind of pop in here. So I wanted to share also, do you like how I have them organized, Mary? Do you like this? I thought I had them in a box, and then I was always trying to dig for the size I needed. And then I thought, fill and file sleeves. I love these fill and file sleeves. I love these fill and file notebooks. I know they're sold out right now, but if you're one of my customers or one of my team members and you want one, just contact me because I have some in stock. I did buy a few extras because I was worried that these were going to go out. So check it out. You can organize all your little templates by size in the fill and file pockets. Yet another use for these beauties for this notebook. And I know I've showed you before. I have all my ABCs organized in here too. This is kind of my template notebook. So, you know, I'm going to take you on a long road back from old CM Journaltopia guides. Do you guys remember? This one's the kind of the same thing, but this is by American Crafts, guide for stickers. These are old border lines. Do you guys remember these? Well, I can't throw anything out, so I just tucked them into my notebook with the sleeves, and now I can see everything. I love this because I honestly had forgotten about probably almost all of this. We had journal patterns. You guys remember these? This is going back to like, oh, I remember when, right? So these are also perfect for the templates, like all the new templates, right? The Shamrock template, all those good things in here too. So that is, oh, I even stuck, remember these old ones? Oh my goodness. Do you remember when we used to have to trace with a blue pencil and cut by hand, fussy cut our shapes? Oh, those were the days. We were talking about what our pages used to look like, how many shapes we used to put on our pages. Oh my goodness. So anyhow, that is what I have in this notebook. Just wanted to share that quick because part of getting things done is getting organized. You know, that's why I love a lot of my organizational videos, right? So just a few tips on what you can do if you, like me, love your fill and file notebook. And then I love that it has a handle. And I don't know if you caught, I may, when I go back front facing, I have, so Michael's has a cube, the new bigger cubes. Carrie, I'm going to enable you some more. Then
nose.
cubes. Should I show you? Let me see.
Yeah.
The new bigger cubes. Okay, let me see if I can show you. Woo! Do you guys see down there? The new bigger cubes? Oh my goodness. Yes, you saw it right here. These.
Are those like 13 or 14 inches tall?
Yes. Look at that.
It looks like 14 inches.
Mm-hmm. I think these cubes are, I can't remember. They're bigger than the old cubes. Remember, these are the old cubes from Michael's. And then these are the new ones that are called Simply Tidy. Simply Tidy. And I had to go get this cube, especially because I wanted my notebooks accessible because I love that, right? So just in case you wanted a little organization detail there. All right.
My. Yep.
I know. So bad. I love it though when things, don't you love it when things fit where they're supposed to be?
Yes, I definitely do.
I do. I do too. Okay, so let's talk then, getting back into titles. Let's talk about titles. So here's what I was thinking. How do you teach titles? Well, I'm going to share my tips from my album in a day class once again. And when I was thinking of how to teach titles for this class, I thought, okay, there's really different things that you want to consider when you're choosing what and where to put a title on your page. But really, one of the main things is choosing a location for your title, and then all the other stuff comes into play. And so really kind of where you put it also determines what title you pick, right? So there's a lot of choices. There's a lot of different ways to add a title to your page. You can use ABC stickers or ABC die cuts. You can use laser titles. You can use stickers. You can use a cut title, a handwritten title, a stamped title, journal cards, vellum. I mean, you name it, right? And so what do all those things look like? Well, before we kind of start the layout process, I'm going to show you one more thing. Because remember, I said we're going to talk a little bit about organizing. So guess what came back to make an appearance? And I showed this in my album in a day class too, because it's my title binder. And you've seen, I have a blog post on this. You guys know all about it. But again, remember, all the titles, having things in one place is super helpful. If you want to just grab and go. This is like a grab and go title binder. If you want to take more time, Carrie is going to show us an awesome way to do that, even by getting a beautiful custom cut title for your page. So make sure you have a way to know what you have, and then you can use what you have. So here's the coupon sleeves. I know I've showed these before, and I have all my, like, this is what I mean when I say a laser cut title. These are all laser cut titles right here, laser titles. And then if you want, you could do a sticker title. So I have all my sticker titles right here, all by category, all the categories. Just check out my blog post and I have a whole list of all the categories for my title stickers. And this is sticker backing paper and it's reusable. So once you purchase it, you only have to purchase it once. Okay, so this is sticker titles. You could do a handwritten title. You can do a stamped title. Also in this title binder, I have my vellum titles, right? So a lot of people where did you get those? These are old CM, really old, you guys. They were called vellum accents and they came in a little pack and it was like, there was baby and there was Christmas and there was, oh, I don't know. Oh, travel. There was a great travel set. So those are old company, old CM, but they had, here's the travel journal. But you can also print on journal. So if you missed this, don't feel bad. Just print on journal if you like that look, you know, so lots of different choices. So now that we've kind of seen what are all the different components we can use. Oh, and I do want to say also, we have, if you haven't seen, you know, this is one of my favorite new collections. This again is a laser title. This is from the Homestead collection. And guess what? We not only have these kind of titles, we also have the printed ones, just like this, right? Look at all these titles. So many. So don't forget about the 4x6 journal cards. So all of these are going to kind of play in when I start showing you how to lay out and do blocking on your pages. So let's just remember that, you know, we've got these and then we've also got these. And then we've got so many other choices when it comes to titles. Okay. And look at this, even the, you know, laser cut, like not just the word cutouts, but these guys too. So pretty, right? All these can be titles. Okay. Oh, look at that one. I know. I keep coming back to this kit because I really love it. Oh, and where was I? Oh, yeah. I wanted to just give a shout out. I can't remember who it was, but can I just give a shout out to someone who posted a comment? I did this page on the virtual crop, on the worldwide virtual crop. Last Sunday, I think. Was it Sunday or Saturday? I can't remember. And I had so much fun because I wanted to try this. It's called a peekaboo ×2. So if you want to see me make this 2-page spread, you can see one of my last live streams, which was this one. So I did a title here and then I said, oh man, remember Carrie, we were saying, I want a whole sheet of these little gingham. And she's like,
Gingham hearts. Yeah.
Punch this one. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that.
That's perfect too. Less work.
So you can take your, even if it's a border punch, something like this. Okay, let me turn it upside down. Like I thought, oh, this would be cute, right? Let me do 2. Or just, oh, maybe it'll be even cute, just like a little string of little hearts, right? So you can punch. The whole idea is you can punch hearts too. Okay, I'll grab my precision point. And I have other heart punches, but this one I just grabbed because it was in front of me, right? But let me trim this down. Cute little hearts you can make with your black and white gingham. Oh, and look at the little punch outs here. Now I have more. Right? So I could use the positive or the negative image on those. So choices, always choices, but I do really love that little gingham. So I think we're going to have to get the digital file on that one. So thank you. Whoever mentioned that, I'm going to have to go back and see who that was, but I think I saw that fly by in a comment. Okay, so here's another layout. Again, we did the title kind of down here. If I may want to continue and just I don't know. We'll have to say, I might do Mother's Day and Father's Day, but I may just leave it alone too. So that is last week. So should I show more? Let me show you. Okay, let me show you a couple more examples, and then we're going to start into how do we use those templates to make the design. So we've done laser titles, cut titles. So this notebook, this album, I brought it back out because it has kind of a lot of different examples all within the album. I didn't even realize I was kind of doing all these different types of titles, but they're all here. So here is the type where I used a 4x6 card, but I just cut it down. Okay. And then here is a cut title. And this one is having real fun. And this is where, when I said word choice, like have some fun, do a play on words, and even do a quick Google search if you want to take the time to cut a title. Like I could not, when I laid out this page, I couldn't find the right size title to go here, like a sticker. The sticker letters weren't working for me. So then I thought, I do want to just, go find a really cute quote and kind of take this space, because that's what I'm going to kind of share today is always for me, pictures come first. You put the pictures down, you lay out your page and you get all your photos down, and then you add the embellishments, and then you see where those titles can fit. Okay, so that's one. Here's a sticker letter title. Here's another sticker title. So all kinds of stickers that we have. And then I wanted to share, there's another sticker title. And then I want to share some stamps. Okay, so you can get into this and have this look with doing stamping on your paper or directly on your page. And you can use the stamps like this. So I ended up getting 2 sets of the ABCs just so when I'm loading it onto the block, I don't have to stamp twice. I can stamp once usually. I don't know, Carrie, I know you've got lots of vowels with your boys, but you'd probably have to have 3 sets, right?
Yeah, well, all I usually do is if I'm putting them all on one block is I'll stick another letter in there as a placeholder, then I'll go back in and stamp it again.
Yeah, exactly. So there's always tricks on how to do that. And then of course you can use dies, metal dies, to do your title cutting. And I brought out just to show you, so there's all kinds of little machines that you can use for cutting dies. So this is just a little mini one. Like I think Sizzix has a little mini one like this. I think Stampin' Up! Has a kind of a medium-sized one. Alt New, that's another, this brand right here, Alt New. They have kind of a medium-sized one that looked kind of nice, but they've been sold out for a little while. And then, of course, the Sizzix Big Shot is your big one. And then Anna Griffin has a beautiful, this is the one I have on my cutting table, has a beautiful electric one that you just, it just feeds it through and you don't have to crank the handle. So many choices when you're using, but you need to have some kind of a roller system in order to use the metal dies. Okay, so tons of different options for metal dies. This was just one alphabet I pulled out that, there's all sorts of fonts, just, you can go crazy. And I think last time I kind of shared, I just went on a little binge on AliExpress, and you can get these on Amazon or at different companies, and also online. So phew, lots to choose from. Here's a sticker title. Okay, so you can see just endless choices, right? I think this was another die cut one. And then where was my mud? I want to share my mud there, mud. So that was a stamped title. And you can also use the letters with the dot tip pens, right? So sometimes like when I want this is brown, this is the brown dot tip pen, or I don't know if it's dot tip. Anyhow, you can use, I like the dot for coloring the stamps. Okay, so that way it matches. I should also just mention, I've been on a little bit of an organizing binge too. So not only did I get that cute little cube from Michael's, but I got reacquainted once again with Snapware. Who loves Snapware? I just love Snapware. So I thought, you know what? I really need one little location. This is now what I'm calling my journal box. So I've not shown this anywhere. This is brand new, but I thought it kind of went with today. So I thought I'd share it with you. So you can get this. This is a 3-stack Snapware. And this is long enough. Guess what? It holds the Creative Memories pens. Okay, so you know now I have my gray one. I got to put it in there, right? And so now I can just have all my pens on the top. So if I was going to go journal, guess what? I have on the top my pens. So this is great when you want to do lettered titles. You've got this all right here. And then I can take that tray, and it's a thin one. And then the next row down, of course, you knew it, right? I had all these in that little 5x7 box forever, like where my foam squares are. And then I thought, oh, now I just want my little whole journal thing right here. So it doesn't fit in the drawer anymore, but I like this. So now I've got even a bigger selection of journal cards for when I just want a white journal card or a dot grid or a ruled. And I can grab these and then cut it to size for my layout. And then I've got my pens right here. So what do I have underneath in step number 3? Well, the other things you always need when you journal: Post-its, my favorite pencils. Sometimes I get asked about these. I found these at a little shop down the street from me. It's a print shop, but they do graphic design there too. And they have just beautiful stationery and letterpressed stationery, and they do their own printing. And I found these Palomino Blackwing pencils there. Fell in love with these pencils because I love the feel of a wood pencil in my hand. So when you're, kind of trying to do like, hello, you, right? I just love the feel of a pencil on how to do that. And then you can take your black pen and go over that. And then you need your white eraser, right? So this is, again, this is on track because this is talking about how to do a title, right? So now I can trace right over that. And it's okay to make mistakes. And then we're going to do you. It kind of gives me a better chance to know how I want that to go. And then if I want to add like a line, I could always go to the left. I'm out of room for you. There we go. So very easy. Try to work on those little mistakes. Then we just let that dry a little bit and erase with the nice polymer eraser, right? You can find these anywhere, Target, Amazon, wherever you get your stationery supplies. There. So I thought that would be kind of fun to share today is my little setup. What else do I have in here? My photo labeling pencil, my sharpener. This is called a long point sharpener. Why is it called a long point? I will show you. It's so fun. There's two different, these are linked on my, if you have to have one, they're linked on my Shop My Favorite page. Shop My Favorite Things page. Do you see this funky thing that it makes on the end? That's sharpener number 1. And then you go into sharpener number 2 and look at the point on the pencil. That's called a long point, right? So
that looks dangerous.
It does. I know it does. But it is fun because you can get that really fine point and then you can erase it because it's pencil when you mess up. Okay. It is fun. So, it's all up to you. And I know some people just would much rather have a mechanical pencil and be done with it. It's just up to you. So, but this is fun. Do you guys remember this? I found this when I was cleaning up. I've been doing some cleaning. Do you guys remember this? Talk about a blast from the past. This is called a Journaltopia. Was it Journaltopia or? Yeah, I think it was Journaltopia. Do you want to know how you were supposed to use it? You guys will get a kick out of this. Here, let me share. So say you don't have lines on your paper. Everybody's going to go to eBay and try to find one, right? So this is supposed to give you kind of an imaginary line on how to write straight. So if you, like me, don't know how to write straight, then you can go, this is how to, I need a descender, right? Oh, there we go. Straight. Whoops. And spell correctly. Do you see how when I did my descenders, the little loops just moved out of the way? And then you can write straight. Did you catch that? That's pretty cool, huh? So that was from long, long ago, but I thought, you know what? I should try that again. And I just stuck that. It fits all in here too. So that's what's in my toolbox. Thought it might be kind of fun to share those little tips with you. So I put my Post-its in there and my journal my ruled, my dot grid, everything. And then my pens right on top. And then it all just snaps together. And this is nice because I don't know about you, but when I like to journal, sometimes I want to go to a nice place, right? Where I can think and not be interrupted. So I can just grab my little box now and go. All right, there you have it. Journal Organization 101. Okay, so now that we've talked about how to organize all our stuff, Carrie, am I missing anything? Because I'm just kind of rattling on. Anything?
Carla, you just taught Carla how to use that mystery tool in her toolbox. So
great. Good. I'm glad. If anybody has one of those and can't remember how to use it, that is exactly how to do it. Okay, so let me I think it was called Journaltopia. Journaltopia. In fact, I think I might have one left from old company. If anybody is dying to have it, you know how to get a hold of me. Okay, so I am so in this album I wanted to work on, gotta grab the right pages here, my next 2-page spread. And these are not in the album, just because I haven't had a chance to stick them in there. But after we did the Grand Canyon, we made this pit stop at a place called Meteor Crater. Okay, so that's my next set of photos. And, I have some paper that I thought I might want to do it because we kind of went, it was a little road trip thing. So some paper that I might want to use. I haven't decided what, but here's where we are going to do a little titles 101. So as I said, when I do a 2-page spread, I always first like to start with my photos, right? I mean, that's just me. That's just who I am. So here is Meteor Crater. If you've ever been there, it's really windy. Okay, like look at my daughter's hair, super windy. And we got the kids' shirts, like this was a long while ago, but we got kids' shirts that said, I survived the wind at Meteor Crater, because that's exactly how windy it was. It was crazy windy. So
Leslie is asking a question if it's okay to use ticket entrances as titles.
oh yeah, absolutely. You can use memorabilia. That's a great way of using, putting in a title. So once you kind of have your photos and you go, okay, so this is, I'm going to have the hair blowing picture, and this one's cute with my daughter. And let's see, this one's also cute. Oh, too many to choose from. So maybe we'll do that there. And, kind of start laying these out. And then I go, okay, well, maybe I need some help, because I've got all these photos. And then I'm like, well, if you're not, if you can't just see it right away and go, okay, yeah, like I need to trim this one down so it'll fit and all that. This is where you grab your templates, right? So what I would do is go, okay, here's some 4x4s. So like this one, this would make a great 4x4. So that would give me a little more room to do that, right? Because now that's a 4x4. And then, maybe this one, I don't know, maybe we make that smaller, or this is kind of similar to this. I don't know. We'll have to play with that. And then let me get some other sizes. We have, these are 4x6s. So what I know is that, here's my decision-making process. What I know is that I have enough great pictures for this page that I'm already having to kind of make decisions. I don't want to go to another 2-page spread, because I don't want my book to be too much. I don't have enough great extra photos to go to another 2-page spread. So what would I do? I have choices. I can either not add some of the photos, or I can add a peekaboo pocket. But, so either way. But this, let's just say I wanted a full 4x6. I can already tell the only way I'm going to get something like this in here is I'm going to have to really cut things down so that that fits, or I'm going to have to do the peekaboo stack, right? So you guys know, let me grab my peekaboo pockets. So this could be a title as the first layer of the peekaboo pocket. Or Leslie, you could use this. You could put memorabilia in here, mount your memorabilia on a 4x6, and that would be kind of fun. That would make sure if it, was acidic or anything, it would protect all your photos being in a little pocket. Just a thought. So if I wanted this, like say, yeah, I want to add this photo. Now I can add this one behind here, and I have a place for my title. I have a place for another photo. And now I also have a place to journal, because that's also something I need to fit into my layout, right? So the choices are like, how many photos and how's that going to lay out? But then what type of a title? So this takes up a lot of room, really. I mean, it does. If you stack it, it's okay, because it gives you extra room and another photo. But let's look at some other options if we wanted to just work on titles.
Yeah,
And
just
so,
before you move on, Leslie's asking what material you used for your templates.
this is, I think it's called stencil material, and it's on my favorite things page. Mary, maybe you, if you're still there, if you can remember the exact name, but it's like what people use to cut out to paint, you know, like when you swatch paint on walls or on pillows or something. It comes in a big 12 by 12 sheet. And then my video, it'll show you exactly how I've cut everything down into all these different sizes. So I think I had 6 sheets. I can't remember now exactly how many sheets. And then I said, okay, so let's cut some sheets this way and some sheets a different way. So you get 4 by 4, 4 by 6. This is another really popular size I like, a 3.5 by 6. Why this size? And here's a perfect example. Like if I just trimmed off, let's just say I wanted 3 vertical pictures. And if I just trimmed off a little bit off of one, right? Now I can get all of those pictures right along my 12-inch page as a border. See that? So that means like if I trim this, I can get all of these. Or if you like them, you know, right next to each other, that's a look too. You can just do that. I always kind of like that little eye line in between, or the gutter. Okay, so you can see either way, that way, or, oh yeah, if I just trim a little bit, I can easily make that fit. So that's a popular size, 3.5 by 6. Okay, so let's just play around with that and just think, actually, I kind of want this photo up here. And then you get some, after all the cutting, you get some extras, right? You get just some extra different shapes. Well, one thing I know is when I like to do a title, I kind of like, let's say, hold on, I need to move these around a little bit. Let's go back. Like, let's say this is here. Maybe that one's trimmed a little bit. And I have this. And then let's say we're doing something like this for my layout. Okay. So this one's going to get trimmed a little bit. Why do I want to trim this one? Because maybe I want my title up here. And this is one of the places we call it the power of the left-hand corner. Why? Because we're used to reading, we kind of go in a C shape. So if we're doing a 2-page, we're going to kind of go all the way around following. So our eye is going to need to be told where to go when we come around the page, or we do on a 1-page kind of a C shape. So having the title in the upper left is just kind of a common landing place for a title. It doesn't have to be there. You can put your title wherever you want. But what I know is that I like, it's kind of hard to see on this lighter Spargo paper, but let me put something dark behind it. But do you see how I cut this to be exactly a 6-inch length? Because what I do like is for my title to line up. If it's a square, a rectangle, I like it to line up with my photos. So this would be something like if I wanted to cut the paper and do stickers on top, then that gives me color, it gives me dimension, it gives me texture, and then I can put that right up in that space because it's the same width as my photos. What are other choices? You can do the same thing, but now let's just pretend, let's just say this photo wasn't going to be here, or maybe I cut that down a little bit. And now I want to do a title down here. So now what I've done is I've cut a title. I'm going to have to show you with the dark background. That's 4 inches long. See that? So now I can also stack something right under the photo that gives kind of that element of linear, keeping the lines consistent. But maybe this is a different location, or you could flip it and go, oh, no, maybe I want the title up here, right? Like that. And then my photos come down like this. Okay. And then maybe I do journaling here. So so many choices, but what I would suggest is to kind of cut, if you like the idea of the templates to kind of help you figure out layout, you can, just do all kinds of things with your templates to get an idea where to put titles. So you can do, like I said, you can even put the title down here. So I just took my Sharpie just so it would be easy for you guys to see, and I wrote title different places. So you can do that. Here's another one. You could go this way. You can go on the side. How about that? And just find what works for you. Find what you like. How about this? If you like, let's say these were up here, I could do a title here. See, again, it's just like a puzzle, right? You just keep moving things around until you like what you see. So you could do a vertical title here. You could do a vertical title here. Okay, so many choices. So many choices. We got asked, remember, Carrie, we got asked in Album in a Day, do you do a title on every page? Oh, no. Maybe I'll put a sticker. Maybe I'll do something like this on every page because that's an easy thing. But to do like a cut title or to say meteor crater and then, the next page, meteor crater, and then the next page, meteor. No, you don't need to say meteor crater 3 times. Once is fine. And then maybe just do another fun little saying or a sticker or something like that. Okay, so you can do all these fun things. Remember, so many choices, right? For titles. Or you can do a title block where you are and then do a word with it. So watch out, my left elbow is there. Sue, are you here? It's wanting to put things on the floor. Okay, so the other thing I did cut was, remember in our collections, we have a 4.5 by 6.5 size journal box too. So, and you know what? I didn't cut. Oh, I'm going to have to, I have one sheet of my, stencil material left. I'm going to have to do this. Remember how some of these are cut in half? Let me see if I have one in this kit. Maybe not in this kit. I think maybe in the bigger set. Okay, these are 4.5 by 6.5 size, right? Which we can, mount a photo on so fast and easy, but they also have journal spaces on the back, right? So that's why I did make a 4.5 by 6.5 size box, because sometimes these are a little big to put on your pages to work with. Actually, I think it's here. Here we go. So this is another size. I need to make a template for the little ones that you take a 4.5 by 6.5 and you cut it in half, right? So this would be another little good size for a template to have, so that when you're laying out your page, oh, I can put that little journal box right there too. These are just cut in half. So just take one of these guys, cut it in half and label it journal box. Okay. How are we doing, Carrie? Anything else pop up?
Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good.
Mile a minute here. Okay. All right. So here's what I want to do that's fun. I am going to turn things over to Carrie, because let's say I don't want to do stickers and I don't want to do these and I don't want to use a journal box. I want to go all in and say, let's make a custom cut title. Carrie has graciously offered to show you guys Cricut today. And I told her, how about Meteor Crater? So Carrie, take it away. Are we good?
I was talking muted. That's always a great start, right?
Did you remove the spotlight?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out
Oh, I
how
think we're
I
good.
can.
I don't need to be there though. Hold on. Why can't I mean, you don't need to see my desk. Oh, here we go.
Well, now I have a little bit of context what you meant. I thought, well, did you travel to the moon? You know, I was like, that's quite an unusual title. But anyway,
Mhm.
so let's go ahead and create a title for that layout that you're putting together.
Yeah.
So I am going to use Cricut today. So we're going to show some love to some other electronic cutter lovers out there. So let's go ahead and add some text. So we're going to do a mix of some fonts. So it's really attractive from a design perspective to have a mixture of fonts in there. It really draws the eye and it doesn't overdo things because it's really just text at the end of the day, but it makes it look a little bit more pleasing to the eye. So I'm going to start by typing Meteor. Oops, if I could
I know,
if I
it's one
could
of those
spell
weird
today.
words.
But of course, this font, is not doing much for me today. So let's go ahead and we are going to actually change our font. So what's nice about Cricut Design Space is now you can actually come in and you can actually search for various fonts. But in our case right now, I'm just going to use the fonts that I have on my system. And I want to look for something that's a little bit scripty because I'm a sucker for scripty fonts, right?
Mm, yeah.
So I'm going to choose this free font called, again, this is a free version. There's a version I paid for. So this one just has lettering, I guess. So I'm going to choose this Antonelli calligraphy demo because I really like the way that that looks.
That's pretty.
So let's select that. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and reduce the space of the letters. So I'm going to come in here and just kind of start moving things together. Obviously, there's, Cricut Design Space is a little bit good for not really spacing things out very evenly. So that's probably as good as I'm going to get it without breaking it apart yet. And the reason why I haven't broken it apart yet is because I want to actually put this on a curve. So I want to give it a little bit more of visual interest. So before I break it apart, I'm going to go ahead and select curve and I can set a diameter to this. So as you go, you can see that things are starting to tilt and move. And I could still even come in here and start messing with the spacing in between again. But I think that that's pretty good. I don't want to go overboard with with the curves. So I think that looks pretty decent.
Mm.
So now I'm going to actually individually move these characters around. So I'm going to go ahead and ungroup that. And what that's going to do is it's going to take the text that I've written and split it up letter by letter. So now that I've ungrouped it, you'll see that, I'm not able to put it on a curve anymore, but that's okay. I've already applied it. And I can start moving things to the way I want it. So let me go ahead and I'll zoom in a little bit here so we can, so I can lose it in my sights. Well, where did it go? There it is. So let me scroll up to the top and all the way over and try my zooming again. That looks good.
This is what happens when I Zoom with Illustrator too. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's one of those things that need to be perfected, right? So what I want to do is I ultimately want to weld this to be in one shape. So what I'm doing here is I'm making sure that I overlap them, that there's no real jarring entrance, like difference. So you can see that I've kind of overlapped things and it's a nice clean join where I've overlapped them. And I
Looks
did
good.
that on purpose. And I think that this M could actually be a little bit bigger.
I
So
agree. Good
I want
eye.
to go ahead and
Yeah.
do that too. Whoops, I didn't want to move that E. So I'm going to undo that. I'm going to move this M over a little bit. So I think that that looks pretty good for
That's
the
fun.
first word.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to group that together so I can just, keep that as one. Another thing actually that I wanted to do and I forgot to do was actually weld it. So once I've welded it, it's no longer a font anymore. It's actually just a shape. So this like literally is just a shape now. There's no font in it. You can't break it apart anymore. So even though I grouped it before I welded it, it doesn't matter. It's one shape. All right, so now I have to find a font for the crater. So again, trying to think more of, sci-fi type-ish.
Right?
Right. So I'm going to type crater, and it just keeps the last font that I use, but I don't want it to be the same. I want a little bit of a, difference. So I'm going to change the font here, and I want it to go a little more sci-fi-ish. So I've got a font on my computer that's called Directive 4. So let me scroll down to it. CDI. Where'd you go? Directive 4. There it is. I'm actually going to change this too. I want this to be all uppercase. Oop. Doesn't that look cool?
Oh, yeah, I like that one.
So I'm going to do the same thing here where I'm going to adjust the space in between. But again, it's not something that is, a star feature of design space here. So I'm actually going to ungroup it and kind of eyeball it to move things closer together. So let's go
I like
ahead.
it in all caps too. That's another choice, right? That's another design choice. All caps.
Definitely. I think it makes it more attractive just seeing that contrast between the types of fonts and the case of it too. All right, so that looks pretty good. So I'm going to group this, and I can resize it however big and small that I want. So I think those letters are pretty good, but I still want to have an additional decorative element. So I'm also a big fan of swashes, I guess you could call it.
Oh, fun.
So I'm going to go ahead and add one of those too. So I'm going to come into the text, and what's really nice is that the font that I used before actually has swashes. And I'm going to type the letter H, but don't worry, this is going to be transformed right before your very eyes.
Oh boy.
So I'm a magician now.
And we had a question, is the M going to get cut separate on Meteor?
Yep, it definitely will. Yeah, unless I joined it and welded it within the actual text, it will cut separately. So if it was like connected to the E, for instance, then it would have welded together and been one shape. All right, so let's find, it was Antonelli, right? So here it is, Antonelli swash. Boom. How does that look?
Yeah. I like it so much.
Yeah, so
guys, do you I have a space? I'm waiting. Carrie, beam it over to me.
Well, now that we have this stuff here, and actually if I wanted to, I could pretend and I can weld this too. And now it doesn't have like a sense of font, so it's going to be able to be shared easier.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to pretend to weld that too.
Yeah,
because you notice that the fonts are now gone. It's only shapes left, right?
Right.
All right. So there's Meteor Crater. And a new feature that's just been added into Cricut is offset. You know how many years I've been waiting for an offset from Cricut? It's crazy. I mean, I think I've had a Cricut now at least 7-8 years, at least. But anyway, so of course it's in beta right now, but that's okay. So I want to give just a small outline to everything right now. So this is 0.075, but you can give it, if you wanted a smaller one, you can say 0.05. But I think I'm going to go back with 7.5. So I want it to kind of be like a medium type outline. So that looks pretty high tech.
That looks pretty cool. I like it.
Mm-hmm. And then you could see, because I had that checkbox when I was actually putting the offset on it, I'm just going to bring this up so you can see it again. This weld offsets, anywhere that the shadow layer overlaps, it's going to weld it together. So that is why this M is now attached here. So essentially everything that's in this dark gray is going to be one piece because everything touches at some point.
Right. Right.
So I think that is awesome. Now, if I wanted to do yet another one, because I'm always a sucker for like tons and tons of offsets, you can come in here and even add yet another one. So this one we can make even a little bit bigger. We can even go up to like 0.1 inch and apply that. Oops, did I apply it? I don't think I did I? I thought I did.
This is the very same color. I don't know.
All right, so let's try that again. So I want point.
Carrie, can you zoom in just a smidge too?
I
Or are
don't
you
think I
zoomed
can.
in all the way?
That is all the way,
Okay.
unfortunately. But anyway,
Did it work?
well, I'm going to just grab this outline and put an offset on it. Maybe it was confused because I had multiple shapes there. It is a beta. So there we go.
Oh, there
Now
we
we've got the bigger one, right? So
Right.
I love this, but I don't necessarily want to have this like little rectangle coming out of it.
Weed that
So
out.
what you can do is come down to this contour feature right here, and I can take it out. Boop, it's now gone.
Nice.
Sweet. So now let's pretend, like, what colors do we think we should make this? Again, it really depends what you're going to cut it out in, but I always like to visualize, right? It's all about visualization. So you had some blues and browns and that type of thing in
Oh,
your
wow.
palette, right?
Yeah, I have some blue and a gray. So I'm even thinking,
Should it be gray on the back or blue? What should I make that
I like
background be?
blue because it brings out the blue sky. So I'm thinking, yeah, let's do blue,
Okay.
maybe blue, gray, and black.
So we're pretty close then, right?
Yeah. Or maybe we need white. What do you think?
Yeah, we can add white. Well, pretend, like, obviously white. Yeah.
Let's
I
try
can
white.
change it to white. It'll be hard to see if
Not
I
that
drag it out,
not
but
the other one. Sorry, Carrie. I meant medial. The other way.
oh, okay. I'll make this gray again.
Yes. Undo, undo, undo.
It's fine. It's fine. Should it be a light gray or a darker gray?
Oh, let me see. It's a medium gray, the paper. It's
So
like a,
like this one or this one?
let me see the other one. Yeah, that one. That one.
Okay. And then the text should be white.
Well, we can see. Let's see what it looks like. What do you think? Ooh,
Ooh,
kind of cool.
yeah, it is. I think I like that.
And of course, when we go to actually cut this too, I could always use pattern paper, right? Like I
Yeah. Well, that's why I always make that super bottom layer like the biggest, because this way, if you do use pattern paper, you'll see some of the pattern show up
right.
in between it. But isn't that cool?
I love it. Absolutely love it.
And then, of course, depending on how much size. So this right here is about 4 by 3.
Right, which is
So,
kind of what I left up on my, I think you can still see up in the top right corner um, of the YouTube stream that
mhm.
I left the top left-hand corner of my page. And
Yep.
it's about a 4 by 4 area. So that would be perfect.
Awesome.
So can
All
you
right.
guys see how that would work? Like just by putting it right here, and then that would just complete this whole layout. And all I would have to do, I mean, I can even put this pattern paper and then that awesome paper, carry like the blue and the offset, and wow, that'd just be so fun to play with.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe even some layering of road trip stuff. I don't know. I might have to go and play with the embellishments that came with this. The automobiles, in case you guys got a hold of that one. I loved that pack. That was fun. I thought this paper was cute too. So many choices. In fact, I think I like the blue with that. So Carrie, I think we're going to go with that. And just as quickly as that, you could see you can make a custom title. So I was trying to keep up with the chat. I think we're good.
Sweet.
You guys don't have questions for Carrie? Pop them in there. She's such a good teacher. You don't even have to ask, right?
Well, we'll share this out too. I'm thinking that I shouldn't have any trouble sharing it, but I'll definitely provide that to you, Lauren. And then if
I know
it's
I am still, I apologize from Carrie's last share of the Easter border. I haven't had a chance to get that. I'm trying to find, here's the thing, it's a little techie stuff. I'm trying to find a good way to share freebies on my website without you guys always having to download. So I'm thinking of making a free resources library, but it's a little, it takes me a little time to do this techie stuff. So
it takes some work.
So you might just see it up there, just like the You Are Here is on my website under Craft Some Joy products, exclusive downloads. And we may just, have a place. I'd like to have a place where you can just go get all the goodies. But also let me know if you guys, Carrie and I have been chatting about maybe doing some workshops like this, where we could go into some more detail, because Carrie knows all the tricks on both Cricut and Silhouette Studio and the Brother Scan and Cut. So let us know in the chat what you guys think about that.
I am an electronic cutter addict and I need a 12-step program because I have them all.
In fact, at our team crop, Carrie brought out your, what was it? And
it was the Silhouette when I wanted the mountain border, right?
Yes. She wanted a punch, you guys, and she couldn't find the punch, so she made it.
Yeah. And then Monday's coming with a mountain punch.
Right? Like, what? So funny. We had to get a good laugh out of that one.
It definitely was. All right. I'll hand it back to you, Lauren. It seems to be pretty quiet.
Yeah. That was fun. Okay. So let me see. Are we back? Let me see. View. Oh, thank you. There we go. I think that did it. Mm-hmm. All right. So we're back on my page. And so like I was sharing, I would love to, I'm probably just going to use some of this blue on here. And I might just go this way because we were still on the road trip. And then can you guys just picture that border right here in the corner? It'd be so fun. And the good thing is when Carrie sends a file like that, each layer cuts separately, right, Carrie? I think you muted.
Yeah. For Cricut, you don't have quite the flexibility that you have with the Silhouette when it comes to laying out your mat, but it will do it layer by layer. So you don't have to move things around. Like literally I'd hit the make it button and it would split everything up by the color that I assigned to them. Right. And they would be on the mat. So if you want me to actually show that here real quick.
Yeah, go for it. I'm going to cut this.
Let me go ahead and share my screen real quick again. And that's this one right here. All right. So if I selected Make It right now, you'll see that it's sorting the mats by color. So because we colored things with the gray, the white, and the blue, it knows exactly what color I want things to cut in. So obviously the colors, again, it's whatever color you put on your mat. But because I separated the colors on the canvas, it'll separate essentially the layers that I had. So everything that's in the gray, so that was just that middle gray shadow, everything that was in the white. And of course, it's automatically paper saving here. So if you notice that the crater's not below here, like if I wanted to move it, I could still move it. But what I like is that it does like paper saving essentially right off the bat. So just leave it the way that it is and it'll be fine. And of course, number 3 is the big honkin' border. So you know that you could still, you only have to put like a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece of paper here, because that's where it's going to be cutting. So you can actually still put the cardstock just where you see it cutting, and then it'll cut fine. You don't have to put a full sheet each time. But that's essentially how the Cricut will do it. Now, what I showed you in the last stream I had with you a few weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, with the silhouette, I was able to just move things around on the mat, and I put like multiple colors of cardstock on the same mat. So that's a little bit different. And of course, you could still fake it, because you are able, like as you see here, you can make everything the same color and still move things around the mat if you wanted to, but I think that gets a little confusing.
Right.
So
Right.
I would just cut it through 3 times.
Right. And then you can see exactly where to put your piece of paper. It's a great way
Correct.
to use scraps, right, Carrie?
Yeah,
If you have
definitely.
a scrap stash.
Yeah, yeah.
Great
You
way.
actually save a lot of paper because
Yeah.
you know exactly what you're cutting. So I would just put like a 7 1/2 by 2 sheet of
Mm,
paper here of white, and it would just go through and cut it.
yeah. It's great.
All
So
right, back to
fun.
you.
Yay. Okay, so I have a spot right here.
I think
Being
it looks perfect, but I think we might need to swap out the light blue from the background though.
right. But
But
guess what?
again, it's whatever you put on the mat, right?
Whatever I put on the mat now, kind of now that I have this, maybe I want to start with gray. And that's fine, because even though it's blue on your cut file, I can still put a gray piece of paper down, right? So it's
Oh
all
yeah,
about
definitely. And the pattern paper too.
right, right. So many fun things to share. I'm really crooked. I think I kicked my stand actually. I'm sorry about that, you guys. Here we go. There. Does that look? That's look there. I think that's a little better. Anyhow, so I just wanted to mention, I know sometimes I think it's oh yeah, okay. So they're saying they want cricket classes. I guess there's a lot of cricket fans out here. um wait, I see a question. Hold on. Yes, Pam needs to know. Maybe the next we're gonna have to have Carrie come back and do a brother scan and cut
Oh yeah, definitely.
little fun lesson.
Mhm.
Um, and Julie was wondering if you use Inkscape or other programs to name SVGs.
Yeah, so for SVGs, I use a couple different things. So if I'm just doing something that's fairly easy and doesn't need like a bunch of advanced drawing tools like regular shapes and shape manipulation and welding and things like that, I actually use my Silhouette Studio a lot. Now, if it comes to something like if I'm trying to repeat a pattern or do something that's a little more intricate, if you will, I would use Adobe Illustrator in that case. I haven't played too much with Inkscape, but I hear that it, obviously the price is right. It's free, right? So I, totally go ahead and learn that. I do a lot of technical work for a living, so I use Illustrator in a professional capacity as well. So that's what I use that for. And of course, if you want the business edition or designer edition of a Silhouette Studio, that's where you get the SVG, save as SVG, I should say. You can use SVGs in any version, but to actually export your creations as SVGs, I think you need the designer or the business edition. But just as if depending on when you want to do it, I would highly recommend waiting for Black Friday, because they put on awesome software sales and you can get like the business edition for a one-time fee of like $25 on Black
Hey,
Friday.
ladies, put it on your calendar. I'm going to put
Mhm.
it on my calendar.
Yep.
Black
And
Friday.
it's worth it just for the extra functionality. Like you can totally get away with everything in the free version, but it's so nice to have the ability to, work with saving SVGs for the other softwares. Because if
Mhm.
you have like multiple cutters like myself, it's nice to have an SVG you can import into other cutter software.
Right, right. Because sometimes Illustrator or does it always play nicely with the cutting software?
Well, the Cricut software is still growing up. So
Mhm.
we've had some really odd situations every once in a while with the way that the SVGs are interpreted there. But as long as things are relatively simple shapes, like the "you are here," I think imported fine in Cricut, except that the one shape was really large for some reason.
Right,
But
right.
other than resizing that one, like all the shapes came in fine.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
yeah, I love all of the cutters though. And I'm sure that these little bugs will get sorted out on the Cricut side. So I'm
Right,
pretty confident with that.
right. Awesome. You guys have any other questions for Carrie? Let me see. Scan and cut pointers would be great. Diane says, oh, that she can't get stamped images. Ooh, maybe we'll do, Carrie, you're really good at that.
Yeah, yeah. Actually,
That's one of your
I
favorites.
like to stamp. I have a stamp set that's collegiate letters, and I like to stamp those and have my scan and cut my letters out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it makes it really look, I don't know. For me, I really like the look of a stamped letter. I don't know what it is.
Mhm. It's fun. And that's why, I think it's when, especially talking about titles, you need to play with all the different tools, right? And
Mhm.
kind of have fun with all the different ways you can go about creating. That's why I thought it would be fun to bring Carrie on. Let's talk about cutting. Let's talk about, already done titles for us. Let's go the easy way where we can just add a title right down to the page or using pre-printed titles or,
And the Creative Memories digital kits.
oh, yeah.
Because like just the matte packs, like the This Is Us thing right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't, you can bring that in and you can work with that in any of the software.
Right.
So if you
Right.
wanted to, put it in an oval or make it bigger or anything, like the embellishments and the matte packs are just amazing in those Creative Memories kits.
You get a lot,
You
right?
do.
I
You
think the
do.
most the isn't the biggest kit about 14.95, I think. Like if you want
Yeah, that's the entire
the entire
collection. Yep.
oh, so you get all the stickers, all those little die cuts, like you would get all
Mhm.
these little things, all the journal boxes, all the paper. What else? Stickers, all the
Yep.
stickers.
Yeah, it has basically everything. So
Mhm.
like the Blessed collection, for instance, it has all of the paper, all of the embellishment, all the laser cuts, like everything is available digitally. And I like that because for me, I might look at a collection, I think, well, I might not, I love this matte pack, but I think I'm only going to use 3 pieces of it, for instance, even though I know that's not true because the matte packs are awesome.
Right.
But I could invest in the digital pack and then I can just print it as I need it or adjust it as I need it. So it's really cool.
Right.
So Diane's asking, she has an older scan and cut. Does that make a difference? I have, I think I have the middle aged one.
Mine's
So
pretty
there,
I mean, it's out there.
yeah, I don't have the DX. I just have like it wasn't the first one that came out, but I think it was like the second generation one that came out. But I do not have the DX one either, and it really doesn't make a difference because the software supports them all. Sue asks, I have the original Cricut from the dark ages that I haven't used in years. Should I ditch it and buy something more up to date to try to learn how to
Oh,
use a new
you're
model?
asking the wrong girl, Sue.
Yeah, you need them all. Just kidding, Sue. Uh, So if you have the one that only runs on the cartridges, and actually there's quite a few that only run on cartridges, you definitely do need to update to one of the, I guess what you would call a web-enabled cutter. So myself, I have the Cricut Maker, and that one right now is top of like the top of the line one. It's the most powerful one that they have. So by powerful, I just mean that it can cut through thicker cardstocks, for instance. I wouldn't, even though it has like a knife blade to do like balsa wood and stuff like that, I don't recommend that. I think that would be painful. But
I've seen people like make jewelry and stuff with it, right?
yeah, I know, but I don't know. It's not the fastest when it comes to something that thick, so I think
Right.
it's just more of a patience thing for me.
Right.
So Kelly asked, do you print the digital images on cardstock or photo paper? And that's really up to you. Most of the embellishments that I use from the Creative Memories kits, I make more stickers than anything else. So I've been printing that on sticker paper, but I have also done printing on cardstock as well when I was doing the toner foiling stuff. So you can do that as well. But one thing that I am experimenting with right now is taking some of the embellishments that Creative Memories has in their digital kits and printing those on some additional types of paper from Red River. So all of Lauren's pictures are Red River paper, and she totally enabled me on that. And I will never, ever buy another photo paper ever again. So I decided to buy some sample packs of some of their other papers that include matte papers that are like thicker. So they're meant for printing pictures, but it's not photo paper, if you know what I mean. It's more like cardstock. So I'm
Smooth. It's
yeah.
beautiful.
So
Yeah.
I want to experiment with that to make some layered embellishments using the Cricut digital kits.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yep, yep. Oh, definitely.
Do another one on those, huh?
Gotta love those Cricut digital kits, and that should actually count towards that 250. So yeah, I should be able to pack in some more digital kits
You
to mess
guys,
around with.
that's a great idea, Carrie. If you
Uh-huh.
if you want, like I think that Homestead and hello, what's the other one's name? The one you got? Uh
Like the cottage collection
no,
or the
the
stay at home or
stay at home.
staycation.
Staycation. Thank you. That's the word.
Mhm.
Staycation. Those digital kits are like worth it, right? So worth
Oh
it.
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
use my digital kits
worth
all
it.
the time.
You can
Hmm.
do that and get free punches, you guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
And
not,
you can make your own embellishments with your cutters.
yes. Yes.
I
So
see some more people are being enablers out there. So Julie's selling me on the new Scan and Cut DX.
oh, go, Julie, go.
I'm not listening. I don't need another cutter. Of course I do.
Of course, because then you can show us how to use it.
So Rachel's asking, what are the digital kits?
Mm.
Ooh,
You do a share screen?
I can do that. Yeah, let me get the
That's
site. Do you have it ready or?
I'll take you right there. Yeah. What? No, I don't have it ready. You can do.
Okay, I will bring it up. So let me go ahead and do that.
Um,
Alrighty then. Mm,
I'll show you.
why do I sound like the pet detective? Alrighty then. All
That.
Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and go back to the screen right here. All right. So,
Oh, Debbie. Yes. Oh my gosh, Debbie. I remember your question. Let me answer Debbie's question.
sure.
Red River paper. Yes, I have the same issue. Thank you for bringing it up here. I was going to email you back. Oh my gosh. Good point. When you are using repositionable adhesive with the Red River paper. Oh, you've seen me. I mean, if you've watched me scrapbook, I get these little dots. I think maybe that was on a Patreon one though. Stuck to a picture, they don't come off of the Red River paper. It's like you've got to be really careful with the repo adhesive. Just saying. Don't get this around the top of your photos because it must be, it's a very toothy, the Red River paper is a very toothy paper because, and that's what makes that richness because the ink just soaks in all over the place, but it does not play well with repositionable adhesive. So thank you, Debbie, for bringing that up. Yes. Okay, go, Carrie, go.
I am so glad that I haven't discovered that yet, but now I know.
Yes. I know. Thank you for bringing that up.
Oh, Sue's enabling us too. She says that the Cricut Joy is on sale at Michael's this week.
Oh, that's the right?
That's the cute little one.
Oh my gosh. I've been thinking I need to include that in my Oh boy. Yeah.
So Leslie's asking, is the material used for printing on Cricut acid-free, lignin-free, and all that stuff? You'd have to actually look. So the sticker paper that I have from Silhouette is acid-free and lignin-free, and all the Red River paper is acid-free and lignin-free. So definitely, like if you're printing on Creative Memories cardstock, which I've done before as well, that is acid-free and lignin-free as well. All right, so the digital kits, these are some of my favorite things. So if I had a favorite things website, it would include digital kits. So what we can do is you can come to the creativememories.com and you can go to, it says create digital photo albums, and then they have this digital artwork section. So if I come into digital artwork, you're going to see a variety of different offerings. So when I was saying that the $14.95 includes the entire collection, so you can see here that we have the Homestead kit that Lauren has been using in some of her streams is $14.95. It includes all of the paper, all of the matte packs, all of the laser cut borders, all of the embellishments. Now, if you didn't want the whole thing in a ball of wax, you can buy them individually, right? So you can get just the paper for $6.95. You can get just the embellishments for $6.95. You can get just the matte pack for $4.95. But you save money by getting the whole kit and caboodle. So either buy an individual one-off or buy just the single digital Homestead kit. And you can see that it has everything available in it. So I don't actually have this one yet. So I might go ahead and do that on Monday when I'm trying to earn my punches. So, so like here's the digital staycation kit. Now, in actual tactile or physical product, the only thing I've actually bought is the embellishments. Everything else I have right now is just in the digital. And the reason for that is because I just haven't thought of anything yet for my layouts, because my staycation hasn't been all that fun the last year or so. So I don't have too many fun pictures, but I will probably at some point definitely get in there. But the reason why I wanted this too is because I have a son that absolutely loves pizza, and I think I covered this the last time when we were looking at that. So inside of this 177 individual elements, you'll see that there's this pizza sticker. And I just know, scrapbooking anything to do with my youngest boy, that I'm going to be using these hearts, and I'm going to be using the video games, and I'm going to be using a whole bunch of this pizza, of which there's only one sticker of. So I'm all set. I'm ready to go. But the same thing goes here. If you're interested in more than one section of it, always get the $14.95, because you end up saving money at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's really worth it. And here's the thing. When those kits, when the actual paper products become discontinued, I just like for 15 bucks, right? I have one of everything. So if I ever had to finish, or if I ever just had to have a little, 2 by 12 strip of a certain paper, or a sticker, like Carrie was saying, or a journal box, I could go print it. And
And
that's
these
what,
borders, though.
yeah. Um, did we go over that you can cut those borders in?
I don't think we specifically went over it yet, but yes, you
In,
definitely can.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Those beautiful laser borders you can cut on whatever paper you want, because that translates into a cut file once you bring it in.
Yep.
So fun. So fun. I'm excited.
I am too. Yeah, it seems like so Lynette's asking, do the digital packs use a lot of ink? And it only uses as much ink as you want to print. So obviously if you had a like a wide format printer and you want an entire sheet of a pattern paper, of course it's going to use ink. But if you only want, like Lauren said, like a 4x4 piece of a pattern paper, and even if you wanted to resize the pattern a little bit so it's more cohesive with your layout, you can control that with your cutter. So you can print, then cut just that 4x4 piece of
Right,
paper if you wanted to.
right, right. Easy. And that's what, I did actually when, if you've kind of popped around my website, I did some design work when I was with Our Memories for Life. You guys probably heard this story. So, in fact, it was so funny. I was just looking at some of the some of the collections we did were, um, we call these border strips. And this was one of the collections. We don't have a whole lot of outdoorsy stuff. So this was one of them that I designed. And I always did it where you could have um, I did companion borders, right? So like if you wanted fishing, you could have a little fish border, or like I did a tree border. That one, anyhow,
Those are gorgeous.
one side went with one thing and one side went with another. Here we go. So this was like another companion border set, right? And so I got into this whole thing where I was enjoying designing, and then I stopped enjoying designing because it's a lot of work. Hours and hours and hours worth of work. But I had all the digital files, right? So to print like this is a 2x12 and a 2x12. Like if I ever wanted to reprint this, I could, because there's a few of these packs out there. But there's not a whole lot, right? But if you just set up your page, so what I would end up doing was bring these files in. So I would load my 12x12 page like this. So I'd have two borders, and then I would put in, let's say, this is from the old Gallivant collection, but say I wanted a journal box. So I'd load a journal box there, and maybe I'd want a 4.5 by a 6.5 to back a picture or something. And then I'd print, right? Or maybe I did these little doodad embellishments that were, like maybe a half a thing. And so, kind of to answer that question, you can load your 12x12 sheet with pieces of a digital kit instead of like printing a whole piece of paper. Does that make sense? I hope, right?
Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
even if I just wanted a little strip, I could load my file and make a 12x12 pattern, and go, oh, I want this little strip of burlap paper, and then this and whatever. So yeah, here's the pack. This was it. It was called The Great Outdoors many moons ago.
I think they're beautiful.
Thank you. So just another way of using paper, digital kits, and you could do the same thing with the Creative Memories digital kits, is go, you can just make it a skinny rectangle. You don't have to print the whole sheet, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Want a
I know
little,
that ink is expensive, so just
yeah,
print what you need.
it is. And I just a little tidbit. I got a email from an Epson representative, and they're like, "Can we send you a printer?" And I said, "Well, do you have any printers that are as good as the Canon printer?" And because people have such trouble printing, finding the Canon Crafters printer, and they're like, "Well, yeah, we have a wide format printer." And so I think I'm going to have them send me one and we'll check it out. Wouldn't that be kind of fun? We can check out the Epson, because I know a lot of folks were.
Yeah, actually, I have a wide format Epson. It's
Do you have the
older though. It's a workforce Epson.
I think that's it. That's the one they wanted to send. Okay.
Nice. Well, it's probably obviously newer than mine. Mine's pretty old, but
Okay.
it's been fantastic for me.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, we'll take I'll tell them yes, and we can take a look at the new version and check it out. Check it out for you guys.
Yeah, it
You
can only get better, right?
better, right? Yeah. So how are we doing on the questions? I think that's about it. I'm not gonna finish. This is I think Cynthia has always, she's like, I want to see a fast page. Cynthia, on National Scrapbook Day, you're gonna see fast pages. You're gonna see 5 minute and less pages. But we just kind of took our time here. As Carrie was chatting, I was kind of moving pictures around, and I still feel like I need to add some things to this, but I'll be having some fun when I get the title, and then get some stickers out and kind of finish this up. But you can kind of see the basic layout, and it's all those little, to me, the little finishing touches of adding titles down and adding a little texture, even if it's a little turn tab that you can put on a peekaboo pocket. That's what kind of makes everything come to life on your pages, is just adding that little statement. And so I hope the title workshop, this has given you some ideas. Here's a sticker title on how you can just simply add some layering and some embellishments, and of course, different places you can add titles. So that's what we've got for you tonight. And you guys, give Carrie a big shout out for joining us. And she was such a good sport. And because sometimes I'm not a very prepared person. And so I appreciate her so, so much for jumping on here with me and sharing her knowledge with all of you guys. And we hopefully will see some of you tomorrow for the final lesson for Album in a Day. And we're going to learn Power Layouts 101. It'll be fun. So I think that's it. Do you have anything else, Carrie, you want to add?
No, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow for our last class in your series of the Album in a Day. So it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. And Carrie's been such an awesome moderator. So, all right, you guys, well, have a wonderful rest of your evening. And if you are joining us for the class, remember, you can find it at craftsomejoy.com. Hit the courses button and you can find my class there. I should say right now it is on sale. After National Scrapbook Day, the price is going up. So I'm giving you that $10 off until we get to the big event. And we'll see you all if you're joining us. And if not, we will see you in 2 weeks for another live. But we might have to hop on, right, Carrie? You never know. You just never know.
Anytime, random time, that's fine.
All right, you guys. So be sure to check out, if you want to learn how to make those templates, check out the video on that. It's on my channel. And until next time, I hope you take time to craft some joy, and have a wonderful evening, everyone. Take care.